The peripheral scene is absolutely doomed. Not only did the smartest person on planet Earth drop imaginary tariffs, which will make it more than unaffordable for people in the US to actually buy these things, but almost every single drop that I see, pretty much flawless to the point that it's boring. I could main any of these mice on my desk because they are virtually flawless from a build quality perspective. The performance is more than enough for even an esports pro, and so many of these mice even come with 100% PTFE skates now. And all of them come with crazy rubbery and grippy coatings that are more than grippy enough for 95% of all gamers. This is why it pretty much doesn't make sense for me to cover every single mouse in a full intricate detailed review that is up to 10 minutes or even longer, because these mice are pretty much all the same. The only difference is the shape, and we almost have every type of shape in an actual lightweight format these days. You want a Cone Pro that's wireless and super lightweight? Go get yourself Uranus. Do you wish that VAXEE finally did an upgraded version of the NPO-1S that is lightweight and has an actual good build quality? Go get the NPO-1S V2. Do you want the most solid mouse out there that you simply can't get any nanometers of button wobble out of? Go get yourself the new ZOWIE DW Series. Do you wish that Pulsar listened to the community and actually made a good mouse without any button issues? Go get the new CrazyLight series. Do you wish there was a mini version of the Sensei, or simply want a new very attractive small sized shape that even somebody with 19 by 10 centimeter hands can use? Go get the WAIZOWL Cloud Xs. Do you wish that the original Viper Mini had a wireless version that is almost a carbon copy with a good coating as well? Go get the Trinity CF from Pwnage. Do you wish that Logitech actually made a good version of the G703 that is lightweight, has crazy good build quality, and is just a perfect mouse? Go get the Teevolution Terra. And obviously there's also the Hitscan Hyperlight and many other mice out there that are just such freaking good mice. And it's almost like the market can't even miss anymore, because the bar for mice is so freaking high right now. If you release a mouse that is inferior to any of these, you're absolutely doomed. So that's why we pretty much don't even see those type of mice anymore. These days, a mouse release is called inferior if it's over 60 grams. And even then, these mice are still absolutely flawless with no build quality issues, crazy good performance. Most of them even have web drivers and they come directly with 8K support inside of the box. So it's really only up to you and what type of shape you want now. And since most of you are already inside of the enthusiast space, you already know what type of shape you actually enjoy using. So the only thing that's left for you to do is just wait for that shape to get a new lightweight version if it doesn't exist yet. Or if it already exists, just buy that mouse. And if you're in the US and tariffs are gonna hit you in a bit, sucks to be you, buddy, because EU just got their first W. I still remember when I entered the Peripheral enthusiast space back in 2018 and the glorious Model O released back then. And if you would have told Jake from back then that China could come up with these type of mice, design and engineer them from their own and even sell them by themselves, and they would be this freaking solid with 100% PTFE skates and crazy low weight for all types of shapes, I would never have believed you. It is absolutely insane to me that we have asymmetric shapes, symmetric shapes, ergo shapes in all types of sizes, but mainly smaller ones because for some reason people in Asia hate large-handed people. And as I've already said, all of them have top-tier performance and there's pretty much nothing to talk about anymore because it's just me repeating myself over and over again. And when there's no ranting to do even for a brand like MCHOSE, I really miss doing these intricate reviews where I'm actually able to call out brands and designs for all their flaws. Being able to provide critical feedback in order for brands to improve their products was what really drove me to make these reviews. That, and of course being able to recommend my audience or any other members of the enthusiast space on what to do for their next mouse purchase. So the only type of innovation that we see now is pretty much G-Wolves and other smaller brands that come up with these crazy designs and try to push the space in a new direction or just try something for themselves. Of course, many of the budget options will come with withdrawals, just like the L7 Pro, for example, which has horrible black Teflon skates. But if you're spending 30 or even less than 30 bucks on a mouse, I don't think most people will even care at that point. But since you probably still want my opinion on all of these mice that are on my desk that I still have not reviewed, let's actually have a quick glance at them all and see what I have to say about them. Before I forget mentioning the Helios 2, yes, this is a S2 clone, but it is not a carbon copy. If you want to hear more about the actual shape of it, watch Stubby's video, since he was a huge fan of this mouse. The Helios 2 is very much a claw-focused shape. It has a perfect rubbery coating, The build quality is absolutely amazing. The skates and the ridges on the stock version was something that I really did not enjoy, and that is why I actually sanded it and put on core pads. And in terms of everything else, performance or whatever, this mouse is pretty much flawless. If you want an S2-like shape and you don't like the original S2 shape or just don't like ZOWIE for whatever reason, get the Helios 2. If you like any of these ZOWIE shapes, for example the FK2, definitely get the DW Series mice because these are so solid. It actually made me buy a ZOWIE mice in 2024. Of course, these skates aren't 100% PTFE and they're still dyed, but honestly, if you don't care about weight like crazy and if you're fine with a 60 to 65 gram mouse, these are pretty much perfect and they're still as plug and play as ever. If you're a fan of the original X2 or the X2 Mini, especially if you're a fingertip grip player, the CrazyLight series is freaking awesome. I am so happy to say that I actually fully enjoy a Pulsar product these days. Coming in at about 37 grams with the full skates installed here, this mouse fucking slaps. The coating is perfect, the clicks are the new FE switches which are also used on the Terra, which I'm pretty sure are actually produced by Omron and they're also opticals. And they feel way more conventional and a bit more close to the mechanical side of switches. They don't feel as metallic and pingy, and they also sound much more conventional. But anyway, if you like these type of shapes, definitely get the CrazyLight series. It is freaking awesome. 2 thumbs up for Pulsar here. They listened to the community and actually made a good product. If you ever watched my MPO1S video, I called them out for their bad engineering on the click side, with the main buttons having a lot of grinding because of their design, and they improved that and so much more with the MPO1S V2. Not only are the new colors absolutely amazing, but also is the build quality so much better thanks to that completely overhauled engineering. They also now come with 100% PTFE skates, which are a tad too thin for my likings. I would like to see them being a tiny bit thicker, because if you press into any type of softer pad, the bottom of the mouse will actually touch the pad. Other than that, they now finally have a software. They always include the 4K dongle with these new versions. And if you just want to use it plug and play, you can still do that with the buttons underneath. Quick shout out to whoever designed your box because this is insanely minimal and it's all you need. I really like this. If you've been following me for a while, you might know that I really liked the original Cone Pure Ultra or the Cone Pure in general from Rocket. But ever since Rocket got offed, I completely lost all types of hope that I had left. But then came Kysona. And thanks to them, I love touching Uranus. Uranus Pro is so delicious because it is pretty much a carbon copy of the KPU. It has a really solid coating, decent clicks, very good build quality, but a slight bit of switch grinding over on my right button here. The skates are dyed and I still die inside every single time I see these. But since this is a absolute budget banger, I cannot even complain about this thing. I absolutely love Uranus. And if you were a Rocket shill just like me back then as well, you might be as obsessed about Uranus as me. The L7 Pro from MCHOSE is a X2 Mini clone, and this is pretty much irrelevant for anybody who has money because the CrazyLight series exists now. But for those people who want a budget banger and they want an X2 Mini, which is slightly longer and still has a really good coating, great buttons and everything, this is definitely for you. If you want a medium-sized asymmetric mouse, the OGM Pro V2 is what you need. It has 100% PTFE skates in stock. It comes with the 8K dongle in stock as well. They have tons of different colors. The pricing is great, and the build quality is some of the best on the entire market. I don't know how WAIZOWL does this. And if you want a smaller asymmetric mouse, then you need to go for a C2 Mini from Zaopin. This is a bit on the denser side at around 60 grams if I remember correctly. But the coating is great. You could still do a battery mod if you wanted to, which my friend has actually done for this unit. The stock skates are actually really decent. And in general, I have nothing to complain about except for the weight being a bit more on the, well, heavier side. Especially considering this being a pretty small mouse. I would say that anybody up until like 19 by 10 centimeter hands can aggressive or even relax claw that thing. If your hands are bigger than that and you use a claw grip, don't get this. Now for the mouse you've all been waiting for, the Teevolution Terra. This is an exact G703 clone from Logitech. If you wish that the G703 were modern, lightweight, had perfect build quality, an amazing grippy coating, WebDriver, 8K, all that shit, just get this thing already. For me personally, the button height is crazy high and I'm not really a huge fan of this type of shape, but for everyday use this was as comfortable as it could possibly get. If you want a true Viper Mini wireless and you don't want to pay for the super expensive cheese grater from Razer, which is the signature edition, but you actually want a good mouse instead with perfect build quality, 8K adjustable sensor positioning, all that stuff, get the Trinity CF. This mouse is criminally underrated. So many people, despite the Hyperlight being a thing, still wanted a true Viper Mini clone. This is it. Get it if you actually want a true Viper Mini. One of the most unique mice on my desk is the WAIZOWL Cloud Xs. With my 19 by 10 centimeter hands, this is absolutely on the edge of what I can grip. My fingers are absolutely edging this thing, even with an aggressive claw grip. So definitely keep that in mind if you're looking to get this thing. But other than the shape, it comes with 100% PTFE skates again, just like the OGM Pro V2. Performance is obviously pretty much as good as it gets as always. Build quality is perfect. I have absolutely nothing to complain about. This mouse slaps. I can definitely recommend it for a fingertip grip, but also for smaller hands, which would be 17 by 9 or 17 by 10 and smaller. And it is more than worth its price tag. Definitely one of my favorite mice to ever have launched, and I love Waizowl. I don't know how they make such good mice. We also have the Scyrox mice. The V8 I absolutely hate. It is a high hump profile claw focused mouse, which is just way too steep for me. But if you want a mouse that sits in between the X2H and the X2H Mini, get this thing. Other than the shape, I have nothing to complain about with it. And if you want a bigger HDS Plus, the V6 is what you should get. The walls are a bit on the thinner side, and I think that's how they cheated themselves into this type of weight because they feel a bit flexy. It obviously feels fine, but you can feel that this is not a super premium mouse. But honestly, it's still very solid, and if you wanted a bigger HDS Plus, get it. For the GWolf mice, I will have to do a separate video on that because they're actually trying their best to be innovative and trying out something new at least. Now, that's not saying that it's a good thing, but we'll see about that in another video. And then last but not least, we have the Maya and the Maya X. If you're currently using a G Pro X Superlight and you just wish it were better and not as much of a freaking potato, definitely get the Maya X. It is a very safe shape, although it does have a bit of taper on the sides. And from a build quality, software performance, everything, it's freaking perfect. Definitely one of the only symmetric medium to medium large shaped mice by these days standards that have released over the past 2 years. So if you're looking for a bigger mouse that is not as small as pretty much all of these, the Maya X is one of your only options that are out there if you're looking for a mouse below 50 grams. And if you want to know more about the Maya, just watch my Maya review. It's pretty much the same thing, just updated with new tech. And that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Of course, I could do separate videos on their software and, well, that's kind of the only thing you're missing out on. And perhaps also go deeper in depth in terms of shape and comparisons and recommendations for hand sizes. But I think by now you should get the gist of what you actually enjoy using. And if you still don't know what to get, please just watch reviews from other people who are actually way more motivated than me. Because we still have awesome content creators like Stubby, Jerry, Snacks, Pistachio, and especially AimAdapt, who does insanely intricate videos on anything that he gets pretty much. I admire that guy for being that motivated. From now on, I'm only doing Roundup videos. And if you want to know more about a specific product or need recommendations, please just tag me over on Twitter. The link to my social media is down in the description below. And if you just want recommendations in general, definitely join Pericord.com or Discord community just for peripherals. We are all about mice, mouse pads, keyboards, 3D printing, and all that type of stuff. So if you need any recommendations from the community, definitely go ask your questions there. In fact, they're probably better at answering those questions than me because I am kind of out of the loop these days. Other than that, thank you guys for sticking around. I really appreciate your support over the years. I'll still be here, but obviously not as frequently. Definitely don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for when I release a new video next year. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.